Singapore, a modern gem in the heart of Asia, is not only one of the most developed countries in Asia region, but also a symbol of success and innovation. It's a city of not just one island. You might not know it, but Singapore's land area includes as many as 64 offshore islands that surround the main island. Despite having the most modest area in Southeast Asia, the Lion Island has a very solid position in the world and an extremely outstanding growth rate. This place converges well-known, famous architectural works with skyscrapers, beautiful landscapes, or tourist destinations, rich in multi-ethnic cultural features such as Marina Bay Sands Singapore, Gardens by the Bay, Orchard Road. With such modern development, Singapore has won extremely interesting top tables in the world. Today, let's explore the best of this stunning Lion Island with My Wonder channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button to continue watching other interesting videos of My Wonder channel in the near future. 1. Merlion, the world's most interesting hybrid animal symbol. Among the reasons why tourists visit Singapore is the symbol of country, Merlion with lion's head and fish's body. This is an accustomed check-in spot for every tourist when visiting this green island nation. The Merlion is a symbol that represents the fusion of history and cultures that have influenced Singapore. Visitors can see this legendary sculpture at Merlion Park. The Merlion statue is 8.6 meters tall, weighs 70 tons, and spouting water from its mouth in a fountain. The Merlion was designed in 1964 for the Singapore Tourist Promotion Board, now known as the Singapore Tourism Board. The statue, designed by Kwan Sai Keong and sculpted by Lim Nang Seng. After completion, the statue was unveiled on 15 September 1972 by then Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew as part of the waterfront Merlion Park, located at the mouth of the Singapore River. The meaning of the Merlion Simsol. The name of Merlion combines Mer, meaning the sea, and lion. It will not be too difficult to understand the meaning of the Merlion image if you read a little about the history of this country. According to the Sejarah Melayu, a Malay chronicle, the city was founded by the Srivijayan Prince Sri Tribhuwana. He is said to have glimpsed a tiger on Temasek on a hunting trip and saw a strange beast, mistaken it for a lion. The prince took this as an auspicious sign and founded a settlement called Singapura, which means lion city in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, Singa means lion and Pura means temple or city. It's said that the fish's body of the Merlion represents Singapore's humble beginnings as a small fishing village at the southern tip of the Malaysian peninsula when it was called Temasek, which means sea town in Javanese, and is also a reminder to people of their roots, encouraging them to face difficulties and have an optimistic attitude in life. Furthermore, the lion's head represents Singapore's original name, Singapura, meaning Lion City in Malay. It symbolizes strength and courage, expressing passion and desire to rise. The appearance of the Merlion also marked an important turning point in Singapore's political history, reflecting the period when Singapore overcame the shadow of being a colony of the United Kingdom and gained independence. And today, the Merlion is not simply a symbol, but is also considered the official mascot of this most prosperous country in Southeast Asia. As you explore the city, keep an eye out for the 6 Merlions scattered throughout Singapore. How many can you spot? Singapore is the world's top maritime hub. According to the Xinhua Baltic International Shipping Center Development (ISCD) Index, Port of Singapore continues to be the world's #1 maritime hub for the 8th consecutive year. Because of its strategic location, Singapore has been a significant entrepot and trading post for at least 2 centuries. Located in the Singapore Strait, the Port of Singapore was also the busiest port in terms of total cargo tonnage handled until 2010, when it was surpassed by the Port of Shanghai. At 725.1 square kilometers, there are 60 ports located close to the Strait of Malacca, is Singapore's most important geographical advantage. With 130,000 vessels calling at the port each year, now it is home to the world's second largest port and the largest transshipment hub, which connects more than 600 ports from 123 countries across 6 continents. The port, which connects Asia, Europe, and the Americas, is furnished with more than 200 berths and is strategically situated as it is located right on the equator, not threatened by storms or bad weather. The port operates almost all year round, convenient for loading and unloading goods. Additionally, it is the busiest transshipment port in the world, handling about 20% of all shipping containers, and 50% of the world's annual supply crude oil passes through the port of Singapore, making it a vital link for trade and commerce in the region and beyond. The Singapore government has played an important role in promoting the country's development as an international shipping hub. The government offers a plan for the future and guidance on many fronts, including the integration of the shipping industry chain, the development of the port industry, and green and smart port technology, which has been instrumental in the development of Singapore as an international maritime hub. Under the support and leadership of the Maritime and Port Authority of Singapore, MPA, the island nation has continued to develop its maritime industry with technological advances in future shipping fuels, innovation, safety improvement, young talent nurturing, and transformation in the maritime workforce. The world's tallest indoor waterfall rain vortex. Waterfall opened on April 17, 2019, is the centerpiece of Singapore's Jewel Changi Airport, designed by Moshe Safdie's architecture firm. This waterfall has been recognized as the world's tallest indoor waterfall at 130 ft in height and surrounded by a 4-story terraced forest. The water used here is completely natural rainwater. About 500,000 liters of rainwater will be pumped from underground to store on the roof of the Jewel building, then let they free fall from a height of 40 meters to a basement level pool, where 38,000 liters of water flows every minute. Under the floor, there are also walls to prevent water from splashing onto the floor, which are made of boulders, so they are very solid. The waterfall pours down 7 stories from an oculus in the glass domed roof that refracts sunlight to create a rainbow. Once you are here, you will feel like staying in a different world, with refreshing and the beautiful views of the train passing by the waterfall. This is also one of the most check-in points for international tourists when coming to Singapore and Jewel Changi Airport. If your flight arrives at night, there's a light and music showcase for visitors to enjoy. 4. The only tropical garden is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the world's largest tropical orchids garden, Singapore Botanic Garden, also known as the Singapore Botanic Gardens, stands as a priceless symbol of nature and culture in the island nation of Singapore. Established in 1859, the Singapore Botanic Gardens is one of the largest botanical gardens on Earth, and the only tropical garden listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized in 2015. Located in the Orchard Road area, about more than 20 kilometers from Singapore city center, with an area of up to 82 hectares, is green lung of the city, and the most visited of any of its kind in the world. This national garden opens every day from 5 a.m. to 12 midnight, making it the only botanical garden in the world to stay open until such late hours. Not only that, this place also offers free admission for visitors. That's why every day tens of thousands of people come to explore the Botanic Gardens. If you want to experience the best of nature, then the early morning hours are the best. When the weather is cool and the air is fresh, this is also the time when the flowers here bloom most beautifully. This place not only has a diverse range of plant species for you to study and see, but is also considered an important center for science, research, and plant conservation, contributing to the biodiversity of the planet, notably in connection with the cultivation of rubber plantations in Southeast Asia since 1875. Singapore Botanic Gardens still preserves the British tropical colonial botanic gardens model, thanks to its historical works, scientific contributions, as well as careful conservation of the tropical rainforest that has become a modern world-class scientific institution used for both conservation and education. The world's largest tropical orchids garden with huge numbers of varieties, more than 60,000 orchid plants, out of which 1,000 are pure species, and 2,000 are hybrids, and many are potted, massed in locations around the gardens when in peak flower. In addition to regular flowers, the National Orchid Garden Singapore also has a separate area for rare orchids that are in danger of extinction. With advanced care technology and exclusive preservation, this place is trying to preserve and restore these orchid varieties. This orchid garden has a unique design. The National Orchid Garden consists of 7 different sections, all of which are built around unique themes. The garden owner has arranged the orchids in different colors to suit each season of the year. For example, in spring, cream orchids and yellow orchids will be placed next to each other. In autumn, it is represented with a mix of muted color orchids, like the lovely purple orchids and white orchids represent the scenery of winter. Most of these stunning orchids are hybrids and are often interspersed with color, co-coordinating trees and shrubs. The National Orchid Garden is part of the Singapore Botanic Gardens. Admission is $5 for adults and $1 for students or senior citizens. The world's largest glass greenhouse is located in Bay South Garden. The flower dome replicates the cool, dry climate of Mediterranean regions like South Africa, California, and parts of Spain and Italy. Flower Dome was listed in the 2015 Guinness World Records as the world's largest glass greenhouse at 1.2 hectares, 3.0 acres, and boasts more than 32,000 plants comprising some 160 species, cultivars, and varieties. The freestanding, unsupported glass roofs enclose expansive spaces, unmarred by any pillar or column. This project is Singapore's pride in creativity. Here, you will admire all kinds of flowers, with 8 different kinds of gardens inside the dome, which are the Baobabs, Succulent Garden, Garden of South America, Garden of South Africa, Californian Garden, Mediterranean Garden, the Australian Garden, and the Olive Grove. Each garden houses spectacular and unique plants from different regions for an experience of a lifetime. The average temperature inside the dome ranges between 23-25 degrees and gets lower as night falls. Flower Dome is located in a fairly large greenhouse designed by Wilkinson Eyre Architects. Building such a greenhouse helps visitors to admire it in the most comprehensive and realistic way, and the vast space helps you enjoy your views. At this point, the hot summer of Singapore's climate seems to be completely pushed back. That's why many people choose this place to go on their summer relaxation journey with family, friends, or lovers, like taking a walk to enjoy the cool, fresh air and the smell of natural plants. The highlight of the Flower Dome is the brilliant flowers and the colorful, changing displays of the flower field, which reflects different seasons, festivals, and themes. Not only that, if you come to Flower Dome in the spring, you will find the atmosphere here is extremely bustling like Tet. Because of the huge gold bars, fireworks, and red backgrounds with gold letters decorated everywhere with meaningful wishes for a year of good fortune and smooth sailing. True to its name, when entering this area, travelers will easily be overwhelmed by countless species of trees and flowers blooming. The whole space is bright and vibrant, attracting the eye. Surely you will spend hours taking photos to check in at this Flower Dome garden. 6. The world's the largest freshwater aquarium. Spanning over 12 hectares, officially welcomed visitors on 28 February 2014, River Wonders, formerly River Safari, is a massive ecological park possessing countless aquatic species from 8 major river systems worldwide, including the Mekong, Amazon, Ganges, and Mississippi rivers. River Safari is Asia's first wild river park. River Safari is managed by the Wildlife Reserve Singapore, WRS, an organization that owns multiple wildlife conservation and tourism sites, such as the Singapore Zoo, Night Safari, and Jurong Bird Park. According to the latest statistics, River Wonders is known that this wild river park is home to over 6,000 animals from over 200 species, including 42 species listed in the Red List along with 150 plant species. Among River Safari's star attractions is a pair of giant pandas, Kai Kai and Gia Gia. Don't miss the spectacular Amazon flooded forest exhibit, a 2,000 cubic meter tank that is home to the manatees and numerous fish from South America. You can see inside the tank through a glass panel 22 meters long and 4 meters high. Both the volume of the tank and the size of the glass panel hold the world record for a freshwater aquarium. Coming to River Wonders, tourists will gain more knowledge about aquatic life and love the river nature more. You will be able to row on the river and meet aquatic animals and giant fish such as otters, salamanders, and extremely rare Mekong catfish. Then stroll through the freshwater gallery and enter the exhibit to learn about the unique wildlife in the river environment. This place has become a must-go stop when visiting the island nation for many tourists, especially families with young children and those interested in and wanting to learn about wildlife. River Safari is indeed an ideal place to visit. The aquarium is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Ticket prices for adults are $35 Singapore dollars, approximately $28 USD, $23 Singapore dollars for children aged 3 to 12, and $17 Singapore dollars for seniors. 7. The world's most powerful passport. Singapore has the most powerful passport in the world in 2024, providing its citizens with visa-free access to 194 destinations, tied with 5 other countries such as France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and Spain. It also ahead of some countries such as South Korea, Sweden, Finland, or Denmark of the latest Henley Passport Index. Singapore and Japan have dominated the top spot on the index for the past 5 years. In the last 5 years, Japan has ranked as the top spot for the most powerful passport, except in 2023, where it ranked second place. It wasn't always this way, and Singapore has slowly improved its situation, moving up a place or two each year from 11th place in 2010. Singapore's passport is extremely strong, thanks to its key diplomatic ties. The city-state has fostered goodwill and reciprocity by building relationships with many different countries. Singapore's passport has become stronger as a result of bilateral agreements and a dedication to peace and cooperation, enabling its inhabitants to travel the world with ease. Singapore is renowned for having a strong economy and open government, and it inspires confidence among foreign populations. Singapore has been, and remains, a magnet for attracting foreign capital and recent investment flows due to geopolitical events in the world. However, getting a Singapore passport is not easy. The nation of 5.6 million granted citizenship to about 23,100 foreigners last year, and authorities earlier this year ruled out doing so based on individuals' net assets. Singaporeans are granted visa-free entry for Myanmar, China, and Mongolia, which is not granted to holders of some of European passports. Additionally, they can visit Cuba and certain African countries like Djibouti and Angola, which are prohibited to holders of most other passports. Today's video ends here. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below to let me know if you liked this video. Please share the love and give it a thumb up, as well as hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye-bye.